Assalamualaikum, good morning. Are you listening, me students? Please reply, hurry up so that I can understand whether you are listening me properly or not. Okay, Walaikum Assalam. Very good of you. You are here on time. Zimal and Hamza Mustafa. Very nice of you. Now you know that I am waiting for some other students. To join my class, and after that I will start my today's lecture. Now I want to inform you that there will be dictation day tomorrow, so I will upload the dictation. Tomorrow I will also upload or inform you about the topic which will be included for the dictation tomorrow. So you will have to attempt that on the Google Classroom. All the tests, dictations, and the quizzes which are conducted on the Google Classroom, their marks will be added in your final examination marks. And you all know that your final term papers will be started soon. I hope you have got the timetable and you have started the preparations. I want to tell you that the question paper of English literature and English language are of 100 marks, okay, each. It means English literature 100 marks and English language 100 marks, okay. Now I'm going to start my today's lecture. This is English language lecture again, and this is Afshin Imran. This is lecture number 46. Now, you know that we are doing the review of active and passive voice. We have started the review yesterday, and there are some other kinds of sentences which we are doing in active and passive voices. We have done indefinite tenses yesterday. Now we are doing the continuous tenses today. Okay. Zimal, we will discuss these things at the end of the lecture. Okay. Now I'm going to start today. We are doing present continuous tenses today with their structures and examples. Now you all know that I have already told you before that all the active voice means or active voices means the tenses. Okay, so we are changing different tenses into passive voice to convert them into from active into passive voice. And I have told you that all 12 tenses are not used here. There are 8 tenses which we will discuss under the heading of active and passive voices. Okay, so we have done 2 yesterday, present indefinite tense and present past indefinite tense. Now we are doing present continuous tense and past continuous tenses today. Now, first of all, I have already told you that tenses can be written in 3 forms: affirmative sentences, negative sentences, and interrogative sentences. So we are doing them one by one. For affirmative sentences, the structures are here. For first person singular, that means I. Subject plus helping verb plus verb fourth form plus object, full stop. Fourth form, you should remember that ing form is the fourth form, and it is also known as the present participle form. Helping verb is am here. Now for first person plural, that is we. Second person singular and plural, that is you. And third person plural, that is they. We have the structure subject plus helping verb plus verb fourth form plus object, full stop. The structure remains same for all the persons, for all the pronouns, but the helping verbs are different. So for these persons, helping verb is are. And for third person singular, that means he and she, we have the similar structure, but the helping verb is different. Subject plus helping verb plus verb fourth form plus object, full stop. And our helping verb is here. Okay, you should remember all the structures and helping verbs and learn them carefully, please. Now I'm showing you some of the examples of the affirmative sentences here. Remember that we are doing active voice first. I am writing a letter. Okay, first person singular. We are writing a letter, that is first person plural. You are writing a letter, second person singular and plural. He is writing a letter, third person singular. She is writing a letter, third person singular. And they are writing a letter, third person plural. Okay. Remember that all the structures are same except the helping verbs which are different for different persons. Okay. So you should be very careful when you are using the helping verbs with different structures, with similar structures. Okay. Now I am going to give you the passive voice of affirmative sentences. Okay, how to convert these active voice sentences into passive voice. There is the same structure for all passive voice sentences. Okay, for all the persons. Like for first person, I, we, second person, you, third person, singular and plural. That means he, she, and they. For all the persons, we have the same structure. Object, if you remember, I have told you that subject and object are interchanging their places. So object comes first, plus helping verb, plus being, plus verb third form, plus by, plus subject, full stop. Remember that for passive voice, we always use third form of verb, and by is used before the subject because subject comes at the end of the sentence with the full stop at the end. Remember that we place the full stop for at the end of all affirmative and negative sentences. And for interrogative sentences, we must place a question mark. Now there are two helping verbs for the option. We have two options here: is for singular object and are for plural object. Remember this difference that for singular and plural object we have the different helping verbs. Now I'm showing you some of the examples of affirmative sentences in passive voice. Now you know that object comes first to a letter. A is included with the object in letter. A letter is being written by me. A letter is singular, because of that I have written the helping verb is here. If the letter is plural or the object is plural, we will use the helping verb are. Now a letter is being written by me, full stop. A letter is being written by us, full stop. You can see that these are for first person singular and plural. A letter is being written by you, second person singular and plural. A letter is being written by him. A letter is being written by her, full stop. These are the examples for third person singular. And a letter is being written by them, full stop. This is the example for third person plural. Okay, remember that the subject has been changed into their other forms. Now I come to the present continuous tense. We are doing present continuous tense. Remember that in active voice and then passive voices, first of all, we have done affirmative sentences. Now we are coming to the negative sentences. You know that affirmative sentences give us positive meaning and negative sentences give us negative meaning. It means when we are making the negative sentences, we just add not after the helping verb. Okay, so there are different structures for different persons. For first person singular, I, we have the structure subject plus helping verb plus not plus verb fourth form plus object, full stop. Helping verb is am. And for first person plural, that is we. For second person singular and plural, you. And third person plural, that is they. We have the structure, same structure but different helping verbs. Subject plus helping verb plus not plus verb fourth form plus object, full stop. The helping verb is are here. For third person singular, we have the same structure, subject plus helping verb plus not plus verb, fourth form plus object, and third person singular means he and she. Okay, and the helping verb is here. Now I'm showing you some examples of the negative sentences in active voice first. I am not writing a letter. You can see that the same sentence, affirmative sentence is written here, but we have added not to make its negative form. I am not writing a letter, full stop. We are not writing a letter, full stop. These are the examples for first person singular and plural. Next is you are not writing a letter, full stop. This is the example for second person singular and plural. Then the example is for third person singular. He is not writing a letter. She is not writing a letter. Again, the example for third person singular. And the next example, they are not writing a letter, full stop. It is the example for third person plural. Okay, I hope you are understanding. Now we have to do the negative sentences in the passive voice. Now for passive voice, always one structure is there for all the persons. Remember this thing. For passive voice, we have only one structure, except there is the option in the helping verbs. Okay. For first person, second person, and third person, singular and plural, it means for all persons we have the same helping verb. You know that passive voice starts with the object plus helping verb plus not. Again, you know that for negative sentences we are using not after the helping verb plus being plus verb third form plus by plus subject full stop. Verb third form means passive voice with by before the subject. But we have two options in the helping verbs again here, is for singular object and are for plural object. Remember these all points. Now there are some examples for the negative sentences. In passive voice, it means these sentences start with the object and ends with the subject. A letter is not being written by me. A letter is not being written by us. Full stop at the end. These are the examples for first person singular and plural. A letter is not being written by you. Second person singular and plural. A letter is not being written by him. A letter is not being written by her. These are the examples for third person singular. A letter is not being written by them. This is the example for third person plural. Okay, I hope you are understanding. Very easy, but you should remember all the steps, all the structures, and all the helping verbs so that these sentences will become very easy for you. Now I am coming to the interrogative sentences in active voice first. Remember, we are doing present continuous tenses. Okay, now for first person singular. Now remember one more thing. The structure remains same, but we have the different helping verbs. Helping verb plus subject plus verb full form plus object plus question mark. Remember that for interrogative sentences, we have the helping verb in the beginning of the sentence and the sentence ends with the question mark. Remember this thing. Now the helping verb for first person singular is am. Now for first person plural, second person singular and plural, and third person plural, we have the structure helping verb plus subject plus verb form plus object plus question mark. You can see that the structure remains same for all the persons except there is a helping verb which is changed. Now for these persons, helping verb is are. For third person singular, that is he and she, we have the same structure. Helping verb plus subject plus verb form plus object plus question mark. But we have the helping verb is here. Okay. Remember all points, all structures, you have to learn them by heart. Now the examples for interrogative sentences in active voice are, you know that the interrogative sentences always start with the helping verb. Am I writing a letter? You can see that I comes in between the sentence, but it is in the capitalized form because it is a rule to write the pronoun I in capital form, whether it comes wherever it comes in the sentence. Am I writing a letter? Question mark. Are we writing a letter? Question mark. These are the examples for first person singular and plural. You can see that am is used for first person singular and for first person plural we have the helping verb are. Are you writing a letter? This is the example for second person singular and plural. You can see that question marks are placed at the end of each sentence. Is he writing a letter? Question mark. Is she writing a letter? Question mark. These are the examples for third person singular. Are they writing a letter? Question mark. This is the example for third person plural. Okay. Now I am showing you the passive voice sentences for interrogative ones. Now we are doing present continuous tenses. Remember that all the sentences which we are discussing now, these are from present continuous tenses. Okay. Now I have told you that for passive voice only one structure is there for all the persons and we have two options in the helping verbs. So for first person, second person and third person singular and plural, we have the structure helping verb plus object plus being plus help plus verb third form plus by plus subject plus question mark. Remember that helping verb must be placed at the beginning of the sentence to make the interrogative sentence. After that, we apply the rules for the passive voice, that is object comes first. After that, helping verb, then verb, main verb, third form plus by, and which comes before the subject. And after that, at the end, there will be a question mark. Now we have two options again for the helping verbs, is and are. Is for the singular object and are for the plural object. Now I am showing you the examples for the interrogative sentences in passive voice. I have already told you that if the object is singular, we have the helping verb is. So you can see in all the examples, we have the singular object letter, only one letter is there. So we have used the helping verb is for all the sentences. Is a letter being written by me? Question mark. Is a letter being written by us? Question mark. These are for first person singular and first person plural examples. Is a letter being written by you? Question mark. Second person singular and plural. Is a letter being written by him? Is a letter being written by her? Question mark. These are the examples for third person singular. And the last example is a letter being written by them? Question mark. This is the example for third person plural. I hope you have understood the present continuous tenses. I want your reply, your message in the chat box whether you have understood or not. Please reply, hurry up here so that I will move on to past continuous tenses. Hurry up, I'm waiting for your reply. Please reply, hurry up. Students, please, are you understanding or not? Please tell me. I'm waiting for your replies, students. Have you understood or not? Please tell me. Hurry up. Have you understood till here, students? Are you listening me? No one is replying. Yes. Okay. Yes, Zimal, very nice of you. You have understood everything. Okay. Other students, what about you? Please tell me. You have understood or not? Ishal, Hamza, Ahad, please reply. Hurry up. Okay, Ishal, very nice. You have understood. Very nice. Okay, I'm moving to then past continuous tenses. Okay, we are doing past continuous tenses now. Their structures and examples in active voice and passive voice both. Okay, you all know that past continuous tense and present continuous tenses are very easy. There is only a difference in their helping verbs. Otherwise, all the structures are similar. Now, first of all, I am doing the past continuous tenses, affirmative sentences in active voice. You all know that all the tenses can be written in affirmative form, negative form, and interrogative form. So we are doing them one by one again. In active voice for affirmative sentences, we have two structures here. In present continuous tense, you know that there are three structures, but in past continuous tense, we have two structures. Okay. For first person singular, that is I, and third person singular, that is he and she. We have the structure subject plus helping verb plus verb fourth form, which I have already told you that is the ing form of the verb. It is the actual name is present participle form plus object, full stop. Now helping verb is was here. Now for first person plural, that is we, second person singular and plural, that is you, and third person plural, that is they. We have the structure subject plus helping verb plus verb fourth form plus object, full stop. You know that the structure remains same, but the helping verb is different, which is were here in this kind of for these persons. Now I'm showing you some of the examples for the active voice sentences in affirmative forms. Now you know that the subject comes first in the active voice. I was writing a letter, full stop, and object comes at the end of the sentence. In active voices, subject plus verb plus object. So a subject comes first and object comes at the last. So we were writing a letter. These are the examples for first person singular and first person plural. Now next example is you were writing a letter, second person singular and plural example. He was writing a letter, full stop. He was writing a letter, full stop. These are the examples for third person singular. They were writing a letter, full stop. This is the example for third person plural. Now I am showing you some of the affirmative sentences, their structures in passive voice. Remember that we are doing continuous tenses, that is past continuous tenses. Okay, I have already told you that for passive voice, the structure for all the persons remains same, but only we have the options in the helping verbs. Okay, now you know that for passive voice, object comes first, object plus helping verb plus being plus verb, third form plus by plus subject plus full stop. You should remember that always third form of verb is used in the passive voice. So you should learn all the forms of verbs so that you will be able to convert the form of verb as required. Okay, now by comes before the subject and subject comes at the end in the passive voice sentences. Now we have two helping verbs. There are two options, was and were. Was is used for singular object and were is used for plural object. Now I am showing you the examples for the affirmative sentences. Now you know that for passive voice we have object in the beginning of the sentence and subject at the last or at the end of the sentences. So the sentence becomes, or examples are here, a letter was being written by me, full stop. A letter was being written by us, full stop. These are the examples for first person singular and first person plural. Remember that we have the same object here, which is singular here. So we have used the helping verb was. Otherwise, if the object is plural, we have another option of helping verb, which is one. Now, a letter was being written by you. That is the example for second person singular and plural. A letter was being written by him. It is the example for third person singular. A letter was being written by her. It is the example for third person singular again. A letter was being written by them. It is the example for the third person plural. Okay, you know that all the subjects from personal pronouns, they are changed into these pronouns. Okay, objective pronouns. Actually, personal pronouns are also known as subjective pronouns. So when these are changed into passive voice, these are changed into objective pronouns. Now I am going to show you the structures for the negative sentences. You all know that for negative sentences, we add not after the helping verb to give the negative meaning. These are the sentences we are doing past continuous tenses, and these are examples for the structures for the active voice sentences in negative form. Now we have two structures for different persons, for first person singular and third person singular. That means I, he, and she. We have the structure subject plus helping verb plus not plus verb fourth form plus object. Again, you may see that not is added after the helping verb and fourth form of verb is used here. For all continuous tenses, we are using fourth form of verb. Remember these all points which I am telling you again and again. Helping verb is was here. Okay. For first person plural, that is we, second person singular and plural, you, and third person plural, that is they. We have the helping, we have the structure subject plus helping verb plus not plus fourth form plus object full stop. Helping verb is what here. You can see that the structure for all the persons are same, but helping verb is different for different persons. Now I am showing you the examples of active voice negative sentences. Okay. I was not writing a letter. You can see that after helping verb we have added not here. I was not writing a letter. We were not writing a letter. These are the examples for first person singular and first person plural. You were not writing a letter. That is the example for second person singular and plural. He was writing a letter, full stop. She was writing a letter, full stop. These are the examples for third person singular. They were writing a letter. It is the example for the third person plural. Remember, I'm reminding you again and again that after affirmative and negative sentences, at the end, we must place full stop, and after the interrogative sentences, we must add the question mark. Now, for passive voice in the negative form, we have the structure, same structure for all the persons. For first person, second person, and third person, singular and plural, we have the same structure. Object comes first in the passive voice. Object plus helping verb plus not plus being. Not is written after the helping verb to make its negative form. Plus being plus verb third form. Always used in passive voice plus by plus subject which comes at the end. Full stop. Now we have the two helping verbs here. We have two options, was and were. Was for singular object and were for the plural object. Now I'm showing you the examples for the negative sentences here. You can see that I have written the object, similar object for all the sentences. This is singular. So I have written the helping verb was. A letter was not being written by me. A letter was not being written by us. These are the examples for first person singular and plural. A letter was not being written by you. It is the example for second person singular and plural. A letter was not being written by him. A letter was not being written by her. These are the examples for third person singular. A letter was not being written by them. Full stop. This is the example for third person plural. Okay. You should be very careful about the helping verbs because you should identify first that whether the object is singular or plural, so that you can easily use the helping verb correctly. Now I am showing you the past continuous tense, interrogative sentences, and active voice first. First of all, I am showing you the structures. Now we have two structures for first person singular and third person singular. That means for the singular persons, I and he and she. We have the structure helping verb plus subject plus verb fourth form plus object plus question mark. You know that helping verb comes at the beginning for interrogative sentences and question mark must be placed for the at the end. Now helping verb is was here. For first person plural, that is we, second person singular and plural, that is you, and third person plural, that is they. We have the similar structure, helping verb plus subject plus verb fourth form, that is ing form plus object plus question mark. But the helping verb is different, which is were here. Okay. Now I am showing you the examples for the active voice interrogative sentences. Now you know that helping verbs comes first. So was I writing a letter? Again, you can see that I have made in the capital form. Was I writing a letter? Question mark. Were we writing a letter? Question mark. These are the examples for first person singular and plural. Were you writing a letter? Question mark. Second person singular and plural example. Then was he writing a letter? Question mark. Was she writing a letter? Question mark. These are the examples for third person singular. And the last example is for third person plural, that is were they writing a letter? Question mark. I hope you are understanding everything. Try to concentrate and be very much attentive during the lecture so that you will understand it more. Now I am showing you the past continuous tenses in passive voice and interrogative sentences. Now I have told you that structure is only one in passive voice. There will be only one structure for all the persons. For first person, second person, and third person, singular and plural, we have the same structure. There will be different options for the helping verbs. Now you know that for interrogative sentences, helping verbs comes first in the beginning of the sentence plus object according to the passive voice rule plus being plus verb third form plus by and plus subject according to the passive voice rule. Subject comes at the end, and after that at the end of the sentence there must be a question mark. Now we have two helping verbs here. Was for singular object and were for plural object. Now I hope you are understanding everything. Now I am showing you the past continuous tenses, passive voice, interrogative sentences example. Now some examples are there here to show you. And one more thing which I want to remind you that I have used the singular object here, a letter here in all the sentences. So I have used the helping verb was here. And you know that for interrogative sentence, helping verb was comes first in the beginning of the sentence and the sentences must end in the full stop. Now, the sentences are, was a letter being written by me? Question mark. Was a letter being written by us? Question mark. These are the examples for first person singular and plural. Was a letter being written by you? Question mark. This is the example for second person singular and plural. Was a letter being written by him? Question mark. Third person singular example. Was a letter being written by her? Question mark. Third person singular example. And the last example is for the third person plural. Was a letter being written by them? Question mark. Now remember that in active voice we are using the subjective pronoun and in the passive voice we are using the objective pronoun. Actually, subject and objects are interchanging their places. There are some other rules for passive voice that we should always use third form of verb and we should add by before the subject. Okay, you should remember all the rules for the conversion of active voice into passive voice. Now, I hope you have understood till here. Kindly tell me whether you have understood or not, or if you have got any question, ask me at this moment. Okay, I'm giving you some time to ask me any questions. If you want to ask anything, during that time, I will mark your attendance. Anything which you want to ask, Abdul Ahad, Michelle, Fauzia, Hamza, Abdul Rahman, Sanya, Ziman, Ali Rao, anyone of you, if you want to ask any question, any replies, if you want to ask anything, please ask me. Have you understood this all or not? Please tell me first. Okay, Fauzia, very good of you. Abdul Rahman, you have to do on the rough loose sheets, okay? In quiz, which quiz, Zimal, which quiz you are asking about, please? Ishal, very good. You have understood. Abdul Rahman, very nice. Zimal, final term paper will be in the form of quiz, yes. MCQs, yes. Everything. Question answers are in the form of MCQs, words meanings, fill in the blanks, true, false, whatever comes in your exam, these will be in the form of MCQs. So you have just to tick the correct answer. Abdul Rahman, yes, tomorrow's class is scheduled, but I don't know about the tomorrow. It is scheduled till now. Okay, it will be cancelled. If it will be cancelled, then we will inform you on the WhatsApp. Okay. Usually, question answers will also be in the form of MCQs. For example, if I am giving any question, I will give you three possible answers. Okay, three answers. Only one will be right, two will be wrong. Okay, so you have to select the correct answer. Anything which you want to ask about the final term paper, please ask me. Yes, Zemal, only MCQs. But this will be 100 marks paper, so it will be lengthy. Okay. Hamza, it will be of 100 marks. 100 marks English literature and 100 marks English language. Okay, so you have to prepare all topics which I have given you in the syllabus, because all the topics will be covered in 100 marks. Anything from the composition, anything from the essay writing, anything from the letter writing, and anything from the application writing. I can ask anything, but you should know the format, you should know how to write the application, how to write the essay, how to write the letter, and you should know how to do the comprehension as well. It may be possible that some comprehension type sentences will be there to ask in your exam. Okay. No, Abdul Rahman. I think composition will also be given in the form of MCQs. Okay. We can ask anything about the composition. Anything which you want to ask now about the exams, about the questions. It may be possible that your school will reopen and your physical exams will be conducted. If your physical exams will be conducted, then it will be of the written paper like you have done many times before. But if the school will not reopen, like we are taking your exams from 31st May, that will be on Google Classroom. Okay, so all the exams will be conducted on the Google Classroom, and my paper, English literature and English language, are of 100 marks each. English literature 100 marks, English language 100 marks, and then it will be given in the form of MCQs on the Google Classroom. We are not taking your written exam. It has not been scheduled. If the school will reopen, if anything any change happens, then we will inform you before that. Okay. Otherwise, we have planned for taking the exams of the Google Classroom in the form of MCQs. Okay. So please don't get worried. You just have to take the right answer. But please go through the whole book of literature, both the lessons, many times, okay, so that you will be able to answer anything asked from anywhere from the book. As well as for language topics, you should be very well prepared, okay, for all the topics. Whatever topics I have given you in the syllabus, you will have to prepare all the topics very carefully, okay. Now, do you want to ask any other thing? Because only 2 minutes are left. If you have got any other question, please ask me. After that, I will have to end the lecture. Okay, very nice of you. Have you understood today's lecture or not? Yes, Hamza, it is very easy to take online paper, but it is very lengthy. Because of 100 marks, it means you will be having 100 MCQs. Okay, so it will be lengthy but easy. So you have to prepare from the book, literature book, copy, language book, and language copy. Okay, from all the resources you have to prepare yourself for the online Google Classroom paper. If it will be of 100 marks, it means a lot of time has been given to you. Okay. Now, anything else? Okay, you have understood everything. You have asked many things. I have explained you many things. Okay, we will meet tomorrow, inshallah. I want to stop here because the time is going to over. I want to stop here. Allah Hafiz.